Hello everyone. In this video class, we can start with the multiple choice questions for different competitive exams like CET, NEET and JEE. So I have picked up many important questions from this chapter, that is electrochemistry, from previous year's papers. You have to solve out these problems several times so that it will become much familiar, so you can easily crack the similar type of questions in your exams. We can start with the very first question today. So which is that first question? It is mentioned here. For the cell reaction 2Fe3 plus in aqueous medium plus 2I minus in aqueous medium. So it is giving the conversion into 2Fe2 plus in aqueous plus I2 in aqueous medium. Here I minus is converting into I2, whereas 3 plus is converting into 2 plus. One is undergoing reduction and the one is undergoing oxidation. Here with respect to this reaction, they have mentioned the E0 cell value. That E0 cell value is given as 0.24 volts at 298 Kelvin. The standard Gibbs free energy change, what is that standard Gibbs free energy change symbol, that is delta G0 of the cell reaction is. Here they have given that Faraday constant F value as 96,500 coulombs per mole. What he is actually asking in this problem, he has mentioned the reaction and he has mentioned that E0 cell value, but he is asking delta G0 value, that is standard Gibbs free energy change. How we can relate that Gibbs free energy change with E0 cell value? It is given by this expression, delta G0 is equal to minus NF E0. You should be much familiar about this expression. It is quite easier to remember also. If delta G0 is equal to minus NF E0, we have to substitute the given values. Here N value, how to find the N value? Here we can find out the number of electrons exchanged. If we consider that oxidation or reduction process, here it is reduction process. Fe3 plus is converting into Fe2 plus. According to this expression, even you need to write the number of ions. Here 2 and here also 2. In case if we consider here Fe3 plus is converting into Fe2 plus, how many electrons have been added? So that is, there is a reduction in the oxidation number. 1 electron has been added for the conversion of 3 plus into 2 plus. For 1 Fe3 plus ion converting into Fe2 plus ion, 1 electron is consumed. But for 2 Fe3 plus ion to convert into 2 Fe2 plus, how many electrons will be utilized? That is 2 into 1 electron. Therefore, what is that N value? It is not 1, but you should multiply with 2. Hence, N is equal to 2. Then, E0 value, they have mentioned E0 cell value is equal to 0.24 volt and F is equal to 96,500 coulombs per mole. If you substitute all these values in the given expression, delta G0 is equal to minus N value 2. Then F value 96,500 coulomb. That into, what is that E0 value? 0.24 volt. So here 0.24. If you simplify these three values, finally you are going to this answer, that is minus 46.32 kilojoules per mole or mole inverse. So what options he has mentioned in this question? That is minus 46.32 kilojoules per mole. Here it is different answer. Here also same value, 46.32 kilojoules per mole. It is also different. But among these two, even you should be careful enough regarding the value, that is symbol along with that value. Here value is same but sign is negative. So here you are going to get negative. Therefore, option C is not the right answer, but option A is the right answer. And now we can go for next question. Here, second question, for a cell involving one electron, for the cell, the reaction which includes that one electron exchange, that is E0 cell, is given as 0.59 volt. He has mentioned already that E0 cell value. Then at 298 Kelvin, that is at temperature 298 Kelvin, the equilibrium constant for the cell reaction is, he has mentioned E0 cell value, but he is asking for equilibrium constant of the cell reaction. And even he has given that hint for, that is 2.303 RT by F. You just remember here, it is temperature. If it is 298 Kelvin, then only, that is F is 96,500 coulombs and R is 8.314. Only with respect to the temperature 298 Kelvin, you will end up with this answer 0.059 or 0.0591. You can extend here. Other than the temperature 298, you will not get this answer, mind it. So here he has given that hint, 2.303 RT by F value. If you simplify these values, you will get the answer 0.059 volt. That is at exactly 298 Kelvin. And he has mentioned the values of the what value, that is equilibrium constant. So what is that symbol used for equilibrium constant? That is K, as you know. Here we can relate E naught cell with respect to equilibrium constant K with this expression. That is E naught is equal to 0.059 by N log K. What is that standard expression? You can remember here. And once you remember this expression, then you can easily substitute the given values. Now, according to this given question, what is that N value? No equation here, no reaction, but he has directly mentioned for a cell involving one electron. So, electron N value is equal to number of electron exchange will be equal to 1. Therefore, N is equal to 1 and E naught value has mentioned himself, that is 0.59. Then, we want log K. So, we can shift the log K to the left hand side here. So, log K is equal to 0. Here E naught into N. That is, we can cross multiply E naught value 0.59 into N. N value 1. Divided by, this comes to the denominator. So, that is 0.059. That is, log K is equal to E naught N divided by 0.059. By substituting this, then what we can do here? We can simply shift the point after 9. Here also we can shift the point after 9. What you will get? Log K is equal to 59. Shifting the point forward direction, negative power you will get. So how many numbers you are shifting? 2 numbers. Therefore 59 into 10 power minus 2 divided by. So here 59 into 10 power, 3 numbers you are shifting actually to the right hand side forward direction. Hence it is 10 power minus 3. So 10 power minus 3, if you shift it to the numerator, it will become plus 3. So plus 3 minus 2 is 1. That is 10 power plus 1. Therefore 59 will get cancelled. You will end up with that 10 power 1. Now log K is equal to 10 power 1 you will get. But we want equilibrium constant as mentioned in this question. So we have to find out equilibrium constant K. Then K is equal to, if log is shifted to the opposite side, then it will become anti-log. So anti-log of 10. How to find anti-log value for the given number? So here we can write any number, like let us consider he has mentioned 10. Then after 10 there is a point. After point there are no numbers here, we can consider it as 0. Whenever you want to find anti-log value for any given number, you have to look for the numbers which are present after the decimal. Anti-log actually, it will start from 0.00, then 0.01, 0.02 like that. Here it is after 0.00. If you go to that anti-log value, 0.00 at 0. What is that value? For 0.00 at 0, anti-log value will be equal to 0.00 at 0. That anti-log value will be exactly equal to 1000. Now you will get 1000 like that. But here you should not retain this number as it is as a final answer. So what you can write here, while writing the final answer, that is anti-log of 10 can be written as, that is 1000. But there will be certain characteristic. To put that characteristic, what you can do, for any given answer what you have got as anti-log, after the first number you have to write the point. So after the first number you write the point. So 1.000, You can retain 3 zeros, or you can just write 1 0. 1.0 or 1.000 into 10 power. Now if it is log 10, it is log 10, then you have to write the power as it is positive, it is not like bar, so hence we have to write it is 10 power 10. 10 power 10. Got it? Like that you have to write. If it is 20 means it is 10 power 20. If it is 30 means 10 power 30. Since he has mentioned anti-log 10, so 10 means 10.000. 0.00 at 0 is 1000. So after 1 you have to write point that into, because of 10 numbers you have to shift that power as 10, 10 power 10. Therefore the final answer is K is equal to 1.0 into 10 power 10. You just go for the options what he has mentioned here. 1.0 into 10 power 2, wrong option. 1.0 into 10 power 5, wrong option. 1.0 into 10 power 10. So exactly you will get the same answer, that is option C will be the right answer. Got it? The next third question is, the standard electrode potential inert value of aluminium 3 plus with aluminium, or Ag plus with Ag, K plus with Kg, and Cr3 plus with Cr are minus 1.66 volt minus, that is not minus, plus 0.80 volt, minus 2.93 volts, and minus 0.79 volts respectively. The correct decreasing order of the reducing power of the metal ion is. So here this question is with respect to standard reduction potential. For this you need to familiar about the electrochemical series. So reduction potential value mele, so we can easily decide ಯಾವುದು strong oxidizing agent ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವ strong reducing agent ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾವುದು increasing order ಯಾವುದು decreasing order, we can easily decide. So here you just remember reduction potential ನ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಆಗಿ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಯೂಶಲಿ ನೀವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಎರಡು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ, so which are strong oxidizing agent or which are strong reducing agent, either it is in metallic state or in oxidation, different oxidation state. So we can say that higher the reduction potential value, lesser will be the reducing agent power. Higher the reduction potential value, that means positive, 0 and negative bandaga, positive value, inert value, reduction potential value consider ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ inert value ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ದಷ್ಟು ಆಗ ರಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬೇರೆದನ್ನ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೈಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹೈಯರ್ ದ ರಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ, ಲೆಸ್ಸರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಪವರ್, ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಎಸ್ ಗುಡ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೈಸಿಂಗ್ ಏಜೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್. ಹಿಯರ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಪವರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮೆಟಲ್. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಯಾವ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕು ಈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ? ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಪವರ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ಯಾವ ಆರ್ಡರ್ಲಿ? ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ಲಿ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನೀವು ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಹೈಯರ್ ಪವರ್ ಇಂದ ಲೆಸ್ಸರ್ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಪವರ್ ಇರುವಂಥ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಅಯಾನ್ಸ್ನ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಆಸ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ಹಿಯರ್, that is in electrochemical series they have mentioned different values. Here they have picked 4 examples. Which are those examples? Question only Al3 plus with aluminium, that is Al3 plus undergo reduction to give aluminium, its reduction potential value, inert value is minus 1.66. Then for silver Ag plus into Ag, it is positive. For K plus into K, it is minus 2.93. For Cr3 plus into Cr, it is minus 0.79 volt. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ತುಂಬ ಕಡಿಮೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅಂತ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಏಜೆಂಟ್, ಆರ್ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಪವರ್. ಸೊ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ. ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಮತ್ತು ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಈಸ್ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್. ಮತ್ತು ಆ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ higher the number with negative symbol, lesser will be its value. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಯಿತು, minus 1.6 is 2.93, minus 2.93 ಮತ್ತು minus 0.79. So which is that number is more, 2.93. Value is less with negative symbol. Therefore, lesser the value of this K plus K when compared to these two. Hence it has got higher reducing power. With the least value of reduction potential value, it has got highest reducing power among these 4. Therefore, which is that first prominence we have to mention, which is the strongest reducing agent, that is it has got reducing power among these four. That is the first one is K plus bar K. Then second one, among minus 1.66 and here with respect to this CR 3 plus into CR, which is having a higher number 1.66. With negative symbol, it is least value when compared to minus 0.79. Therefore, second one is reducing, strong reducing agent is aluminium. That is 3 plus is converting into aluminium. Then, after first, second, third one we have to select. So, Ag plus into Ag, it is of course positive, but it is negative. Therefore, which have to give prominence with a lesser value, that is negative value. It has got strong reducing power when compared to with positive value. So, which is that lost prominence? That is Ag plus. Therefore, we have to select that decreasing order. So, among these options, C is the right answer. K is greater than Al is greater than Ag is greater than 0. Option C is the right answer. Next, we can go for fourth question. In the electrochemical cell, zinc bar Zn SO4, which has got concentration 0.01 molar. So, it is salt bridge. So, on right hand side, copper sulfate, it is in contact with copper. So, its concentration is 1.0 mole. They have mentioned that cell representation here. So, the EMF of the cell is E1. So, they are just representing that. Let us consider the EMF of the cell will be equal to E1. When the concentration of the zinc sulfate is changed to 1.0 molar and that of copper sulfate is changed to 0.01 molar, that is that of copper sulfate is changed to 0.01 molar, then the EMF changes to E2 from the following. Which one is the relationship between E1 and E2? With the change in the concentration of these zinc sulfate and copper sulfate, exactly they will be changed the EMF of the cell also, because that EMF of the cell absolutely depends on the concentration of those ions here. Therefore, we need to compare that whether EMF of first initial concentration is higher, EMF of second concentration is higher, or it is equal. We have to find it out. How to solve this? So, it will be quite easier. Very first, as you know, if you want to find out equilibrium constant K, you should know the species concentration, active ion concentration, of the one which is acting as anode and which is acting as cathode. Here, that anodic species and the one is cathodic species. As you know, left hand side it is representing anode and right hand side it is representing cathode. It is anode. So, it is anodic species. Zinc will undergo oxidation. Hence, you have to consider that concentration in the numerator with respect to zinc, which is on left hand side. Concentration of Zn plus 2 divided by concentration of Cu plus 2. What is the concentration according to this? 0.01 molar. Then divided by, what is the concentration of Cu plus 2 here? Estidaily 1.0 molar ಇದೆ. So, 1. ಇದು ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ 10 ಪವರ್ ಮೈನಸ್ 2 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ನೀವು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ನ 1 ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 10 ಪವರ್ ಮೈನಸ್ 2 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ದೆನ್ in case according to the question he has mentioned they are changing the concentration of zinc sulfate concentration change ಆದರೆ Zn plus 2 concentration ಕೂಡ change ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. That will be the same. So here we can say that what is the concentration change of zinc sulfate? 1.0. Therefore 1 you have to write. Then what is the concentration of the copper sulfate? They have changed it to, that is to 0.01. First to 1.0 ಇತ್ತು, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ 0.01 ಇದೆ. ಸೊ 0.01. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಇದನ್ನ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ನ ರೈಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 1 ಇಂಟು 10 ಪವರ್ ಮೈನಸ್ 2 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. 10 ಪವರ್ ಮೈನಸ್ 2 ನ್ಯೂಮರೇಟರ್ಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ 10 ಪವರ್ 2 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಬಂತು? Equilibrium constant K value for the first case 10 power minus 2. Equilibrium constant K value for the second case we have got 10 power plus 2. Then you have to know the that is Nernst equation. To find EMF of the cell we have to use the Nernst equation. That is given as E cell is equal to E naught cell minus 0.059 by N. They have given the hint that is RT by F as 0.059. So minus 0.059 by n log k. Then ಈಗ ನಿಮಗೆ n value ಬೇಕು. n value ಹೇಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ? You can easily determine. So here zinc is undergoing oxidation. Zn is converting into Zn plus 2. Therefore, what is the number of electrons just exchanged here? Copper plus 2 is converting into copper. Therefore, the n value will be exactly equal to 2. Therefore, here we can mention that is n value will be equal to 2. Then log k value. We have just found out that k value for the first case, that is 10 power minus 2. We have to mention that 10 power minus 2. ಈಗ ಈ ಸೆಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ k ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಈಗ ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ? E naught cell minus 0.059 divided by 2 log m to the power n ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? n log m ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ n ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಎಷ್ಟು? -2 log 10 ಹಾಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. log 10 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ log 10 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ 10 at 0 ಅಂದರೆ 000 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ? 2 ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಸಬ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಎಷ್ಟು ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಡಿಜಿಟ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಸಬ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ 2 minus 1. So that is 1 you will get. Hence you will get 1.0000 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. That is nothing but 1. Therefore here you can consider E naught cell minus 0.059. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಮೈನಸ್ ಇಂಟು ಮೈನಸ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. log 10 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ 1 ಇದೆ. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಯಿತು? 1 into this number you will get the same answer. But minus into minus will be plus. Therefore E1 EMF of the cell in the first concentration cases E1 is equal to E naught cell plus 0.059. Similarly, you have to find EMF of the cell for the second concentration. That is, you are finding E2 value. Again, you have to write the same expression, Nernst equation, E naught cell minus 0.059 by n log k. ಈಗ k ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? 10 power 2 ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಈಗ k ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. E naught cell minus 0.059 by n value ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? It will be same constant, that is number of electron exchange will be equal to exactly 2. Hence 0 minus 0.059 by 2 log 10 power 2. ಈಗ ಏನಾಯ್ತು? ಅಗೇನ್ log m to the power n is n log m ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಗ ಇದನ್ನ 2 log 10 ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಕೋತೀವಿ. log 10 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ 1 ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಮೈನಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಮೈನಸ್ ಇಂಟು ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಏನಾಯಿತು? ಮೈನಸ್ಸೇ ಉಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಮತ್ತು 2 ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ E2 is equal to E naught cell minus 0.059. ಈಗ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ. E1 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ E naught cell ಎರಡಕ್ಕೂ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ E1 ಬರುತ್ತೆ? 0.059 ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ E1 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಸಬ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 0.059ನ ಸಬ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ E2 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So which is higher? Absolutely we can easily guess E1. Therefore E1 will be greater than E2. EMF of the cell will be higher with the initial concentration what they have mentioned when compared to the later concentration. Therefore E1 is greater than E2. So which is the right option? Option B is the right answer. We can move on to the fifth question. The number of electrons delivered at the cathode during electrolysis by a current of 1 ampere in 60 seconds is asking for the number of electrons. So it related to the Faraday's law. So here you know that according to Faraday's first law, the amount of substance get delivered or get deposited on any electrode will be directly proportional to the quantity of electricity. Here our amount of electricity. Here we can say that here the number of electrons he is asking for, that is at which region? Cathode. So here he has given the clue with respect to the current. That is I value he has mentioned 1 ampere and the time t he has mentioned it is 60 seconds. As you know, it is standard value. The charge for 1 electron is exactly equal to 1.602 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb. Here you know that the values what they have mentioned, 4 values he has given. You have to find out which is the right value. First you remember the amount of substance get deposited, that is W, is given with that expression. W is equal to EQ, that is equivalent weight, into Q, that is amount of electricity, divided by 96,500. You remember this formula? W is equal to EQ into Q divided by 96,500. Now I can just move this equivalent to the denominator. So W, that is amount divided by equivalent weight, is equal to Q by 96,500. ಈಗ ನಿಮಗೆ Q ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. That amount of electricity will be equal to product of current passed into time. So I into T. Then 96,500 as usual. Here in the problem they have mentioned I value. What is that I value? 1 ampere ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So 1 ampere into T value ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? 60 seconds he has mentioned, 60 divided by 96500. We will just write the same value as it is. We can just make it to solve out later at the end. So you can solve this later. So 96,500 as it is, and 60 into 1 is 60. We have got that ratio here. Here you remember W by equivalent weight, that is weight by equivalent weight, will be exactly equal to number of moles. Agar you number of moles na ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ a ratio of W by equivalent weight, mass by the amount of substance that divided by equivalent weight of that substance, will exactly give the number of moles. Then here you just remember, for any substance 1 mole it exactly contain Avogadro number of the particles. Here 1 mole of electron corresponds to what number of electrons? 1 mole of electron exactly corresponds to Avogadro number of electrons, that is 6.022 into 10 power 23 electrons. Here W by equivalent weight is nothing but, weight by equivalent weight is nothing but number of moles. Therefore we have got the value of number of moles. That number of moles, how much we have got? 60 by 96,500. So here 1 mole corresponds to Avogadro number of electrons, means this much moles corresponds to how many electrons. So cross multiply ಮಾಡಿ. 60 by 96,500 into 6.022 into 10 power 23. So cross multiply ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಫೈನಲ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ? 3.75 into 10 power 20 electrons. ಈ 4 ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಈ ಸೇಮ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇದೆ? ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ರೈಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ 3.75 into 10 power 20 electrons. Got it? ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಈ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ನ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ W is equal to equivalent weight. So we can write equivalent weight here. So W by equivalent weight we can write. So that is number of moles na equate ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. So that is written as Q value ಬರೀತೀರಾ, I into T value divided by 96,500 as it is ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾಗೆ ಇದೆ. But ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ? So that what change has occurred here? That is 6.022. That is have to multiply directly with Avogadro number 6.022 into 10 power 23. They formula apply ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು you can easily get the number of electrons obtained. Got it? So hence the option C will be the right answer. Next question we can move on to, that is 6th question. The pressure of hydrogen required to make the potential of hydrogen electrode 0 in pure water at 298 Kelvin is 10 power minus 12 atmosphere, 10 power minus 10 atmosphere, 10 power minus 4 atmosphere, 10 power minus 14 atmosphere. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ? ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಡ್ ನ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಡ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? there you will get that potential value will be exactly equal to 0. But there we will maintain 1 atmospheric pressure. But what he is asking in this question? The pressure of hydrogen required to make the potential of hydrogen electrode 0 in pure water. That is different. If a standard hydrogen electrode togodaga, we will add certain quantity of acid. But here we are taking pure water. In the pure water state, then that atmospheric pressure of hydrogen will be different. That you need to find out. Then at the same time a pressure ಏನು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಆಗ EMF of that is E naught value ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ? Standard reduction potential value 0 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Hence first we can mention that equation according to that half cell reaction. 2H plus 2 electrons giving rise to H2. So H plus is in equilibrium with H2. Here what is that N value? n is equal to 2 electrons exchange ಆಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ n value 2 ಅಂತ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದೀವಿ. Now you have to find the EMF of the cell ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಈ cell is equal to E naught cell minus 0.0591 by 2 log of P of H2 by H plus. So above we are writing that H2. Why we are writing P? Because it is in gaseous state. So pressure na consider ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. And divided by left hand side, that is H plus ion. It is in aqueous medium. Hence we are considering the H plus ion concentration. To the power 2 anta yak bardidivi because according to this equation exactly there are 2 H plus ions. Hence you have to raise the power. Without fail you should raise the power as 2. Agare ee expression prakara E naught cell minus this value log of P of H2 by H plus to the power 2. This is that very important part of this expression. ಈಗ ಈ cell value 0 ಬರಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ log of this value should also be 0. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ವಾಟರ್ಗೆ H plus ion concentration ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. That is exactly H plus will be equal to OH minus, that is 10 power minus 7. Then for zero potential 0 ಇರಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ pressure of hydrogen ಎಷ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ 10 power minus 14 atmosphere. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ 10 power minus 14 atmosphere ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ 10 power minus 14 atmosphere ನ ಪಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ log of pressure of hydrogen so P of H2 is equal to 10 power minus 14 then divided by H plus is equal to 10 power minus 7 so power rise ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ 2 ಈಗ ಇದನ್ನ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ 10 power minus 14 divided by 7 2s are 14 10 power minus 14 that is exactly equal to 1 log 1 value is equal to 0 that is at 0 ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ 0 0 0 ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ 1 ನಂಬರ್ 1 minus 1 is 0 so 0.0000 that is nothing but 0 ಅಂತಾನೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ so log 1 value 0 now here we can consider E cell is equal to E naught cell minus same answer ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 0.0591 by 2 ಇದೆ into any number multiplied with 0 you will get 0 E naught cell value 0 ಅಂತಾನೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ so here they have mentioned potential of hydrogen electrode 0 so make the potential of hydrogen electrode 0 we can consider E naught cell value is also 0 0 minus 0 ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ 0 ಆಗ ನಿಮಗೆ 0 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಯಾವಾಗ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ನೀವು 10 ಪವರ್ ಮೈನಸ್ 14 ತಗೊಂಡಾಗಲೇ ನಿಮಗೆ ಈ ಲಾಗ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ 0 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಲಾಗ್ 1 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಲಾಗ್ 1 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ 0 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಸೊ ಆಗ ಲಾಗ್ 1 ಅಂತ ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ 10 ಪವರ್ ನೀವೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು P of H2 ಪ್ಲೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಟೇಕ್ 10 ಪವರ್ ಮೈನಸ್ 14 ಬೇರೆ ಇನ್ಯಾವುದೇ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಲಾಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ನಿಮಗೆ ಲಾಗ್ 1 ಬರಲ್ಲ 0 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ therefore which is that right option that is 10 power minus 14 atmosphere is the right answer therefore option D is the right answer. We can go for the next question that is 7th question. During electrolysis of molten sodium chloride the time required to produce 0.1 mole of chlorine gas using a current of 3 amperes is the mentioned 4 options. You need to find the time. If you want to find the time, you just remember that expression W is equal to EQ into Q divided by 96,500 according to Faraday's law. Here you should remember for molten sodium chloride there will be no aqueous medium, no water. So sodium chloride undergo dissociation to give Na plus and Cl minus. Here we have to focus on chlorine gas. Hence you write anodic reaction 2Cl minus giving rise to Cl2 gas with the liberation of 2 electrons. The amount that N value will be equal to 2. Now, if you substitute that value, W is equal to EQ into Q divided by 96,500. So here we can write Q is expanded as I into T. But we want T value. So T is equal to W into 96,500 divided by UQ into I. Substitute all those values. W. How you will get this W value? That is simply by substituting this formula. W is equal to moles into molecular weight. Moles is equal to weight by molecular weight. Therefore, weight is equal to moles into molecular weight. So moles, number of moles, how much they have mentioned for chlorine? 0.1 into molecular weight for chlorine 71, that is 7.1 gram of chlorine gas you will get. Then by substituting this W value 7.1 into 96,500 divided by equivalent weight of chlorine, you should remember that is 35.5 into 3. I value is 3 because they have mentioned 3 amperes in the problem. Therefore, you will get this value 6433.3 seconds. You convert that into minutes. That is done by dividing this value by 60. You will get this final answer. Therefore, what is that right option? Option B is the right answer. Next question, 8th question. If the inert cell for the given reaction has a negative value, which of the following gives the correct relationship for the value of the delta G naught and K equilibrium? Here we can relate inert cell with delta G naught and then delta G naught with Kc by using these two expressions. Very first, we can go for delta G naught can be related to inert cell by this expression. Delta G naught is equal to minus N of inert cell. Standard free energy change. Delta G naught is equal to minus N of inert cell. ಈಗ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ inert cell value negative ಅಂತ ಅವರೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. If the inert cell for the given reaction has negative, then what about delta G naught? ಈಗ inert cell value negative ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲೂ negative ಇದೆ. ಮೈನಸ್ ಇಂಟು ಮೈನಸ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗೇನಾಯಿತು? delta G naught value will become positive. If delta G naught value is positive means that should be greater than 0. So therefore, if inert cell is negative, then delta G naught is greater than 0. That is delta G naught is equal to positive. Therefore, we can say that whenever the inert cell value is negative, delta G naught value will be greater than 0 or it will be positive. Next, another expression. Delta G naught is equal to minus 2.303 RT log Kc, equilibrium constant Kc value. Here we have to relate this delta G naught and Kc. In case we have got now that is delta G naught value is positive. If delta G naught value, if you have to get it as a positive value, then what happens to log Kc? Then if delta G naught is positive, then Kc should be negative. ಯಾಕೆ Kc value negative ಇರಬೇಕು? Because ಇಲ್ಲಿ positive ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ minus into minus will become plus. If Kc value is negative, then only this delta G naught value will become positive. Therefore, that Kc value should be negative. That is, it is lesser than 1. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ, ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಡೆಸಿಮಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ನಿಮಗೆ 10 ಪವರ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. 10 ಪವರ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈನಸ್ ಲಾಗ್ ಎಮ್ ಟು ದಿ ಪವರ್ ಎನ್ ಇಸ್ ಎನ್ ಲಾಗ್ ಎಮ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲಾಗ್ ಎಮ್ ಟು ದಿ ಪವರ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಎನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Therefore, we can consider it should be having lesser than 1. Therefore, if delta G naught is positive, then Kc value should be negative, that is lesser than 1. Therefore, we can say that if E naught cell is negative, delta G naught value will be positive, greater than 0, and Kc value is negative, lesser than 1. Then which is that suitable relationship? The correct relationship for the value of delta G naught and K equilibrium. Delta G naught is greater than 0, K equilibrium or Kc will be lesser than 1. Therefore, option A is the right answer. The next 9th question. Zinc can be coated on iron to produce galvanized iron, but the reverse is not possible. So galvanization, it is coating of any particular metal on a specific metal to protect that metal will be considered as galvanization. Here if you consider galvanization of iron, iron metal can be protected by coating of zinc metal. So it is nothing but galvanization of iron by using zinc. Why we need to protect iron by using zinc coating? Here because iron is easily capable of undergoing rusting process. It can easily undergo corrosion. To prevent rusting of iron, we can take the help of another metal, that is zinc. Hence, we are going to apply zinc coating on the iron metal so that it will undergo oxidation by itself, so that it will prevent the oxidation of iron. So here we can compare that zinc and iron with respect to their reduction potential values. but we cannot give the coating of iron metal on the zinc metal. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಗ್ಯಾಲ್ವನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಐರನ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಜಿಂಕ್ ಕೋಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಬಟ್ ಜಿಂಕ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಐರನ್ ಕೋಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನೂ ಪ್ರಯೋಜನ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ದ ರಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್. ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಕಂಪೇರ್ ದೋಸ್ ರಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್, that is Zn2 plus is undergoing reduction means reduction potential value minus 0.76. Whereas Fe2 plus is undergoing reduction means that is to give Fe, its reduction potential value is minus 0.44. ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ ರಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಎರಡರಲ್ಲಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದೆ? ಸೊ ಜಿಂಕ್ಗೆ ರಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಮೈನಸ್, ಎರಡಕ್ಕೂ ಮೈನಸ್ ಇದೆ, 0.76 ಮತ್ತು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ 0.44. So reduction potential value will be lesser for this zinc when compared to iron because of this negative value. Got it? ಹಾಗಾದರೆ ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ ರಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದೆ ಅದು ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೈಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಇವೆರಡನ್ನೂ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ zinc can easily reduce Fe2 plus to give Fe. Got it? Therefore zinc is helping for preventing the oxidation of Fe into Fe2 plus. So that is done with the help of galvanization. Here they have mentioned that option. It is because they are asking the reason why reverse is not possible. Zinc is lighter than iron? No. Zinc has lower melting point than iron? No. Zinc has lower negative inert reduction potential value? No. Here zinc has higher negative inert than Fe. Here they are not asking only higher value but higher negative. Higher the negative value, lesser will be its whole value, that is lesser will be its reduction potential value, and easy is for that metal for helping the other metal to undergo reduction. Okay? Therefore, which is that right option? Zinc has higher negative inert value than iron. That is the right option. Next question. When 0.1 mole of MnO4 2 minus is oxidized to quantity oxidized, the quantity of electricity required to completely oxidize MnO4 2 minus to MnO4 minus is asking for that quantity of electricity when there is a oxidation of MnO4 2 minus to give MnO4 minus. Here you have to find out that value electricity in terms of coulombs. You just remember, for oxidation of 1 mole of this compound, here we require always 1 mole requires 1 Faraday of electricity. For the oxidation of any substance that is corresponding to 1 mole, we have to pass 1 Faraday of electricity. That is exactly equal to 96,500 coulombs. Here if we consider this expression, MnO4 2 minus is converting into MnO4 minus. Here Mn is having plus 6 oxidation state, here Mn is having plus 7 oxidation state. So plus 6 plus 7 ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಮೂವ್ ಆಗಿದೆ? 1 electron loss ಆಗಿದೆ. Therefore for the removal of 1 electron we can consider there are no number 2 or any prefix 3, here only 1, so it corresponds to 1 electron. Here if 1 mole of MnO4 minus, by this reaction it can generate how much Faraday of electricity? 96,500 coulombs. Therefore 0.1 mole of MnO4 minus when it converts into that is MnO4 2 minus to give MnO4 minus, then it gives, cross multiply this, 0.1 into 96,500 divided by 1. ಅಗರ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂತ ಆನ್ಸರು? 0.1 mole of MnO4 ಕನ್ವರ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಸಿಟಿ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? 9650 coulombs, 9650 coulombs. Therefore option C is the right answer. Next question, 11th question. The weight of silver, atomic weight, it is 108. It is displaced by quantity of electricity which displaces 5600 ml of oxygen at STP will be. He is comparing two elements here, one is silver and the one is oxygen. Here we can say the weight of silver displaced by the quantity of electricity which displaces 5600 ml of oxygen. ಅಂದರೆ STP ಕಂಡೀಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಸಿಟಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ 5600 ml ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಲಿಬರೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಸಿಟಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ that will be equal to that weight of that silver. We can easily remember the Faraday's second law. According to Faraday's second law, when same amount of electricity is passed through two electrodes, then the amount of substance obtained will be equal to their equivalent weight. Isn't it? Here the amount deposited will be equal to their equivalent weights. Therefore, we can compare here two. One is silver, another one is oxygen. Weight of silver by equivalent weight of silver is equal to weight of oxygen divided by equivalent weight of oxygen. Very first, we can start with, if 1 mole of oxygen is equal to, at STP, 1 mole of oxygen exactly equal to how much ml? That is 22,400 ml. Therefore, that 1 mole of oxygen, if you write in terms of mass, that is 1 mole of oxygen is exactly equal to 32 gram. ಹಾಗಾದರೆ 1 mole ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡೋದು 32 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ 32 ಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 22,400 ml. Then we can say that 22,400 ml of oxygen, if it corresponds to 32 gram, then according to the problem, how much ml of oxygen? 5,600 ml of oxygen corresponds to what mass? ಹಾಗಾದರೆ 22,400 ml of oxygen corresponds to 32 gram ಆದರೆ 5,600 ml of oxygen corresponds to how many grams? Cross multiply ಮಾಡಿ. 5,000, that is 32 into 5,600 divided by 22,400. If you simplify this, you will get 8 gram. ಹಾಗಾದರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ ಬಂತು ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್? 8 gram ಬಂತು. So 8 gram of oxygen will be corresponding to 5,600 ml ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯಿತು. Next, we have to compare that with the silver. Weight of Ag by equivalent weight of Ag. So equivalent weight of Ag ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ molecular mass of Ag divided by number of electrons exchange ಅನ್ನು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ molecular mass of silver or atomic mass you can consider with respect to silver, that is they have mentioned, that is 108, divided by number of electrons exchange ಅಂದರೆ Ag is converting into Ag plus. For conversion of Ag into Ag plus, what is that number of electrons? That value will be equal to 1. And here if we go for oxygen, so for molecular weight of oxygen divided by number of electrons exchanged, we can say here Ag plus Ag conversion, it have only one electron exchange. But with respect to water dissociation to give oxygen, so 4H plus plus how many electrons get liberated? 4 electrons. Therefore, N value is equal to 4. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ ಈಗ molecular mass 108 divided by number of electrons exchange 1 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಸಿಲ್ವರ್ಗೆ. ಅದೇ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ಗೆ weight of oxygen already find out ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, 8 ಇದೆ. 8 divided by molecular weight of oxygen, you know, 32 divided by what is the number of electrons exchanged? 4. Therefore, if you simplify this, finally you will get weight of silver, that is exactly equal to 108. That weight of silver which get displaced by the same quantity of electricity which is displacing 5,600 ml of oxygen will be exactly equal to 108 gram. Therefore, which is that right option? They are given option D, 108.0 gram. This is that right answer. Twelfth question. A hydrogen gas electrode is made by applying platinum wire in a solution of HCl of pH is equal to 10 and by passing hydrogen gas around platinum wire at 1 atmosphere pressure, the oxidation potential of electrode would be. Here we are considering that is hydrogen gas electrode. So here hydrogen gas electrode is made by applying platinum wire. So they are using the solution of HCl. Here they are mentioned that pH value is exactly equal to 10. And here they are asking to find out what? So what will be that? The oxidation potential of electrode. For this, first you should know that reaction of this half cell. H2 is giving rise to 2H plus plus 2 electrons if you consider. What is that pressure? 1 atmosphere, you can exactly remember. That is 1 atmospheric pressure will be there. and pH is equal to, they have mentioned that is 10. And here you can guess that concentration of H plus will be equal to 1 into 10 power minus 10. And how we will get this? The H plus is equal to 1 into 10 power minus 10. You just remember H plus is equal to 1 into 10 power minus pH. You remember that formula. So H plus is equal to 1 into 10 power minus pH. If they are given pH value, you directly write this 1 into 10 power minus, then whatever pH value they have mentioned, you write it as power. Then you will get that answer, that concentration of H plus. Now, if you know the pH value, then you can write that H plus is 1 into 10 power minus 10. And we can apply Nernst equation here. According to Nernst equation, you know that E cell, EMF of cell is equal to E naught cell minus 0.0591 by N log of H plus concentration to the power 2 according to this expression divided by pressure of hydrogen because it is gas. Now you substitute the values. N value, number of electrons exchanged, it is equal to 2. Then N value 2 log of H plus value 1 into 10 power minus 10 divided by pressure of hydrogen is 1 atmosphere. That is, they have mentioned platinum wire at 1 atmosphere, hence that value is 1. And log of 1 into 10 power minus 10, you can just write log mn is equal to log m plus log n. Log 1 value, you know that is 0, then you will get remaining log 10 power minus 10. And you know that E naught cell value will be equal to 0. Standard hydrogen electrode potential is 0. So E cell is equal to 0 minus 0.0591 by 2. Here, because of that power 2, if you log m to the power n is n log m. Therefore, I can write that 2 and then 10 power minus 10. Again, you can take log m to the power m, that is n log m minus 10 log 10. And you can just cancel these 2 to get cancelled. Then minus into minus will become plus. Therefore, you will get plus 0.0591 and that into 10. Log 10 value is 1. So, if you simplify this, you will get 0.059 into 10 is 0.591 volts. Therefore, which is that right option? 0.59 volts is the right option. Next question. At 25 degrees Celsius, molar conductance of 0.1 molar aqueous solution of NH4OH. Molar conductance for NH4OH, they have mentioned the value, that is 9.54 ohm inverse centimeter square mole inverse. Then at infinite dilution, molar conductance, infinite dilution means that is limiting molar conductance or conductivity, it is equal to 238 ohm inverse centimeter square mole inverse. The degree of ionization of ammonium hydroxide at the same concentration and temperature is asking to find out degree of ionization, that is alpha. Then you remember that expression to find degree of dissociation, alpha is given as ratio of, that is lambda m molar conductance divided by limiting molar conductance lambda m naught, that into 100. Therefore, we can substitute these two values. So, lambda m is 9.5 and lambda m naught is 238, that into 100, that into 100. So, finally, you are going to get 4.008% is the right answer. So, which is that right answer? Right option is, that is option C, 4.00. So, the next question, a button cell in watches functions as following. Here, if you say that whatever the watches, if you use that cell, that is button size, here the process involves Zn, that is zinc and silver, on reaction with water, it is giving the silver with the zinc ions with OH minus ions. Here, if you make the separation of anodic reaction and cathodic reaction, the mentioned half cell potentials with respect to anodic reaction and cathodic reaction. This is anodic reaction and this is cathodic reaction. And they are asking for the cell potential will be, you have to find the cell potential. Therefore, E naught cell will be equal to E naught of cathode minus E naught of anode. What is that E naught of cathode value? They have given potential, that is 0.34 minus What is that E naught value for anodic reaction? That is 0.76, but it is minus. Minus into minus will become plus. Therefore, if you add these two, you will get 1.10 volts. Therefore, which is that right option? That is option A is the right option. In this problem, limiting molar conductivity of NH4OH, that is lambda m naught of NH4OH is equal to, ಈ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ 4 equations ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಲ್ಯಾಂಬ್ಡಾ ಎಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ NH4OH ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಡಿಟರ್ಮೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ವೆರಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್, Kohlrausch law application. We can remember that application. We can find the limiting molar conductivity of any weak electrolyte with the help of the strong electrolytes. So, ಈಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ. So, Kohlrausch law ಪ್ರಕಾರ lambda m naught of any molecule will be equal to summation of these lambda naught of cation and lambda naught of anions. So, here we can say that NH4OH is equal to NH4 plus OH minus I2. But practically we cannot directly determine the limiting molar conductivity of NH4OH. Therefore, which are the electrolytes we have to select? We have to select strong electrolytes of NH4 plus and OH minus. NH4 plus the strong electrolyte NH4Cl. OH minus the strong electrolyte NaOH. ಹಾಗಾದರೆ ಅದರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ NH4OH ಯಾವುದಿದೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅದರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ NH4OH ಯಾವುದಿದೆ? That is, one is Na and the one is Cl. So we have to take the combination. That is NaCl. Therefore, one more electrolyte, strong electrolyte, that is NaCl. Now, if you write this expression, lambda m naught of NH4OH is equal to lambda m naught of NaOH plus lambda m naught of NH4Cl minus lambda m naught of NaCl. ಇವೆರಡನ್ನು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಲ್ಯಾಂಬ್ಡಾ ಎಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ NaCl ಸಬ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಲ್ಯಾಂಬ್ಡಾ m naught of NH4OH ಬರುತ್ತೆ. How it is possible? As you can see here, lambda m naught of NaOH. So Na plus OH minus. We have added Na plus. Then lambda m naught of NH4Cl. That is NH4 plus Cl minus. Then which we are subtracting? Minus lambda m naught of NaCl. Again we are subtracting. That is lambda m naught of Na plus and lambda m naught of Cl minus. Again ಆಗುತ್ತೆ Na plus, we are just adding Na plus, subtracting Na plus, cancel ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. We are adding Cl minus, we are subtracting Cl minus. So agar Na plus cancels and Cl minus will get cancelled. So that is exactly again equal to lambda m naught of NH4 plus and lambda m naught of OH minus. Therefore, we can easily determine the limiting molar conductivity by taking the summation of the limiting molar conductivity of NaOH and the limiting molar conductivity of NH4Cl, then subtracting the value of limiting molar conductivity of NaCl. Therefore, which is that combination, right combination, which suits this equation? The first expression, lambda m naught of NH4Cl, lambda m naught of NaCl, NaOH. It is not possible. So here NaOH, NaCl minus NH4Cl, not possible. So NH4OH, NH4Cl minus HCl, not possible. Last option, NH4Cl plus NaOH minus NaCl. Therefore, option D is the right answer. So we can continue with many more MCQs in the next video session.